So in this video, I'm just going to do a quick reminder on how to use box method to expand factored form as well as the distributive property. If you feel very confident in using box method and distributive property, you can go ahead and skip this video. The next student practice activity does not require additional instruction from what you guys already know how to do. If you still would like this refresher on box method, I'm going to go ahead and do that for us. So we're going to have x plus 2 and x plus 6. So step 1 is I need to draw out my box. And across one side of the box, I'm going to list one of the factors. So I have an x and I have positive 2. Then on another side of the box, going down, I'm going to list the second factor. I have x and positive 6. I'm going to split my box so that each term of each factor has its own little section. And then we're just going to go ahead and multiply to fill in the empty rectangles of the box. Sorry, I don't know why my camera keeps focusing and then unfocusing. So I have x times x, this is x squared. I have x times 2. Again, this box is under the 2 next to the x, so it's x times 2 is 2x. X times 6 is 6x, and then lastly 6 times 12, because this box is next to the 6 and under the 2. Sorry, 6 times 2 is equal to 12. My last step is to write out all the terms in the box. So I have x squared, I have a 2x, I have a 6x, and I have a 12, so plus 12. I am putting plus signs in between them all because these are all positive. If any of the terms were negative, it would be a negative sign. My last step is to combine like terms. Since both of these are being multiplied by x to the first power, I can combine them. So I have x squared, 2 plus 6 is 8, so plus 8x, and then plus 12, and that's my final answer. So doing the same thing but using distributive property, I'm going to demonstrate that right now. So if I'm using distributive property, I'm going to look at my outer factor, and I'm going to look at the outer term in the first factor. I'm going to multiply that by both of the terms in the second factor. So I'm going to have x times x, which is x squared. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the other value. So then I have x times 6, which is 6x. Then I'm going to repeat multiplying by both terms in this factor using the other term in the first factor. So then I have 2 times x, which is plus 2x, and 2 times 6, which is plus 12. Again, both of these are like terms because they are values being multiplied by the same variable, the same letter, to the same power. Both of these are just plain x's, or x's to the first power. So then I have x squared plus 8x, 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 12. Notice how using distributive property or box method, I get the same answer. So either method works. The last reminder I just want to have in this video as you go into your next student practice is that whenever we multiply a negative times a negative, it equals a positive. So a negative times a negative equals a positive value. So like negative 3 times negative 3, for example, is going to equal positive 9. So just remember that rule as well. A negative times a negative always equals a positive. Other than that, go ahead and please get started on the next activity.